resume this. Let's see if it will work. Come on, I've pressed A about 30 times. So if we got a free cam, like I'm barely touching the trigger. I'm slowly squeezing it down. There, just can't be precise at all. Graphics for the plane, I mean, are somewhat decent, I guess. So the game is only 12 gigabytes to download on the Xbox, and I got in relatively quick afterwards. I didn't see it sort of uploading or downloading anything once I got in. The load time on the screen, about 5 minutes, and then I was in. So I have everything turned off to try and make the experience as smooth as possible. So I have the photogrammetry turned off, I have the multiplayer aircraft and close proximity turned off, I have live weather turned off, I have multiplayer turned off. I'm on the East Coast. This is essentially what it had set for me anyway, automatic, so I'll keep it on automatic. Aircraft type off. I think this is all off anyway. And then everything's unlimited, and I'm running on 500 gigabytes download speed, or 500 megabytes download speed, sorry. So internet is very fast, so there shouldn't be any issues. When we go back, we'll save this. We'll just resume. Such a delay with every button pressing, so we're going to press it now. And there. Oh. Oh wow. Obviously all my got over from 20. Because normally this way on track. Good. However, that you could obviously like compensate. have servers on day one. It's servers are down. The game. Reliance servers into play is horrendous. I would have definitely taken a 100 gigabyte load and press that I fuck do I need to select it? Oh god. Brakes, tools, menu. No, we don't want that. So weird. Let's see. Can I just no. I don't want that. Wrong device. Okay, fine. Okay, well, can you let me go back then? So we'll do this. Yeah, fine, whatever. Okay. Alright, let's see if that worked. Once we start overlap, it's a frame. This is 20 launch day. At all. And players in at all. Issues just not about as long as the game is watching. I'm actually shocked I landed that. I was coming in way too hot there, but obviously the C-17 can land on extremely small runways. Stopping power is incredible. Right, let's have a look at... So AC power is still off. Can we control any of this? Yes. Now that we're on the ground. I don't know this airplane at all, so I have no idea what I'm doing. So there is supposed to be replay function. Let's see. Come on. What is going on here? Oh my god. Camera. Showcase. So do we have replay? Am I blind? There must be a complete meltdown on my side. Yada yada yada. How do we even enter replay mode? How long are they set for? It's not here for a while. Camera. Dumpster fire of a game right now. No idea how to do this replay. Close. Active pause. More off. This is all. Around with the weather here. Sunset. It's really hard to start. horrendous. Oh my god. My keybinds are just alright, cockpit. Okay, let's check it out. Alright, let's attempt to take off. Let's go back. So, controls are just so delayed. I'll move it again, right there. Love it. The sound is very cool. Alright, let's take off. Are very bad so far. It's all streamed. Did you see the Lingus livery just 330 next year at the moment? Yes, I can, but I was having issues even getting actually check any of the other resources. Obviously, the marketplace is not operational until. I actually don't even think I've got my 2020 deliveries or planes for a fact down. We are flying, albeit slightly flying with the Xbox One. Yeah, you can definitely take Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020's launch day over this. You can fly with a smooth experience. Like I said, I've got everything pretty much turned on for online. Back on. Let's see. So online photogrammetry. Let's turn that back on. Live weather. I'll keep that off. Multiplayer. I'm not even going to bother with that. All right. So it's just photogrammetry. Closer to the. Right, back to the main menu we go. Let's see if there's any rare achievement first flight. It's definitely a rare achievement because no one can fly at the moment. Okay. So free flight. Let's go back in here again. And see, this is weird because on 2020, the left analog stick used to be essentially your mouse. Now, obviously, I've got the mouse plugged in here. But it just doesn't feel as fluid. Right. So, let's have a look. So let's look at this. Configure. Let's have a look at deliveries. Come on. So Air New Zealand, Airbus, EasyJet. I presume this is all. Alphabetical order. So, what a random bunch of liveries, though. So there's no Aer Lingus for the A321. Let's see if we click buy more. It's gonna bring us to a non-existent store. Okay, so let's go back and get the 330, see what liveries are. What I'm noticing is there's a lot of input lag. Mouse, keyboard, and controller. Ah, man, it's such a disappointing. Okay, so no, you've only got 2. Oh, this is interesting. This is green. The other one was just pure white. Or clear. Okay, so nothing for that. Okay, so nowhere Lingus livery so far on the 321 and the 330. Figure. Let's see. Oh, again, so alphabetical order. I've got even less for this one. There, not Ryanair even, or British Airways, or any of the main ones. Yeah, I purchased this deluxe, so it was what, $140 US including tax. I mean, look, we know it will get better. But at the same time, you know, it's 2024. This is on the Xbox as well. You'd think it'd be somewhat optimized at least. I know PC players just aren't getting in as well, but yeah, it's ridiculous. And the fact that it's online only kind of makes it even worse because, you know, at least I would have happily have taken a 100 gig download for this and been able to at least, you know, flown the default airplanes with a much smoother experience than what it is now because it's horrendous. And again, like, you know, it could be 2 or 3 weeks before it's in a somewhat decent place to actually play it. You know, their servers are obviously taking an absolute bashing at the moment. Everyone trying to get on, or you know, people that are on. I did turn all my online stuff off. Just in the last flight though, I did turn photogrammetry back on, and then it just froze on me, so that's why I'm back at the menu now. So I had a decent, 35-40 minute flight in the C-17 Globemaster with everything turned off. Whilst it was extremely choppy, it wasn't smooth at all. I got up in the air, I did land, so I tried to get the replay function going, but I couldn't even find that. All my controller binds didn't carry over from 2020, so we're gonna figure all that out in the next few weeks, but there's no need to even bother with that now because you want it to kind of be really smooth so you can... Because what I'm finding on both the keyboard, mouse and the controller is that there's so much input lag. Yeah, so I'm not flying on the yoke, I'm flying on the controller. But as I was saying there, none of my binds for the keyboard and mouse and the controller carried over from 2020. And obviously they've added a few new features, you know, like photo mode, replay mode and all that kind of stuff. So some of the default binds from 2020 are no longer the same now, if that makes sense. So like my slew mode was completely different. My slew mode now opened up the photo mode. So gonna have to go through all of those, but the game is in such a poor state at the moment that even going through the menus is an ordeal. So I'm not even going to bother changing anything right now, just because it takes so long. But yeah, I'd imagine with the yoke control, nothing would have carried over as well. And you'll be probably in a worse off position with the yoke as well. At least the controller is just That'll always be the same. But yeah, it's an absolute dumpster fire at the moment, which is unfortunate, you know. Been waiting so long for this, and you know, I think we all knew that there was going to be launch day issues. That's why I'm on the Xbox, because I thought, you know, it would be a lot smoother on the Xbox. Definitely not the case. Let's see what else is there. Let's see if they've added liveries to this. Weird choice of liveries for default. It's better than 2020, just the generic, but still. Let's see what else there is. Oh, actually, it looks like some of my planes have come over. Must have all just auto-downloaded. Okay, let's actually go back. Let's see what happens if we go into one of the generic modes. Let's do Will Photographer and see, is there perhaps a smoother experience with this? So, see, what I found is obviously flying over land. It was giving me the biggest frame rate issues and stuttering. As soon as I went over water and like really far out, it flew a bit better. I'm finding the graphics are still very scissorsy, I guess. I've got an Asus 4K 120Hz monitor as well with HDMI 2.0. I mean, the download for this was only I know, yeah. I have tried flying. I was flying the C-17 Globemaster for the last 40 minutes. If you rewind a bit on stream, you'll see the flight experience and how it is exactly. It's, I mean, you can fly, but it's extremely choppy. It's extremely delayed. Everything is just so slow when you're like panning around. But I did manage to land. Don't ask me how. I changed the weather a little bit and then got up into the air. So, I mean, it is at best like 35% playable. But I was playing in a free play or free flight or whatever you call it. So I'm gonna do photo mode now, and we'll push the boundaries and see, does this give a better experience. And I had everything turned off for the online section, and as soon as I turned photogrammetry back on, it kind of just froze on me. So that's why we're back at the menu. Okay, let's see what kind of experience we get with this now. So, photograph the Statue of Liberty in close-up with the Ellis Island in the background, with Ellis Island framed to the right of the statue and to the left of the aircraft and from a low angle. Okay, so we are loading up here. Let's see what kind of experience we get with this now. Helicopter. Oh god, this is gonna be fun. I wonder what the helicopter controls are like. Let's double check their Twitter, see have they whoa. Alright, for a split second there, the graphics actually look pretty decent there. I mean, this still would be a stream texture anyway. Okay, let's head over to their Twitter and have a look. Microsoft Flight Simulator official. 3 hours ago, yeah, so their support, okay, so we are aware of users reporting long initial loading times into 24, yeah. With so many users initializing the sim concurrently, we have a large number of server requests. We are working to help resolve the issue as soon as possible. For users whose initial load is past 90% and no longer progressing, we recommend a reboot. Otherwise, we advise waiting to allow the loading to proceed as normal. So, we're running into server issues as we kind of guessed, but again, you know, like, we all kind of knew this was going to happen. They 100% knew that this was going to happen. The amount of money that we're buying games for these days as well, you know, like, pump it into the server room, come on. Yeah, as one comment says here, you guys own Azure, which is the second largest cloud computers provider in the world. Might be a good idea if you use that, yeah. My game gonna start after GTA 6 release. Yeah, remember we all bought 2020 and it did the same thing. Yes, but the thing with 2020 and now is at least 2020, it was an extremely smooth experience when flying. Like the overall gameplay was very smooth. The fact that everything is being streamed now, textures and whatnot, like it's just taking a bashing on their servers. And like I said, I would have easily have just I would have had maybe 250 gigabyte download. I would have preferred that to be able to just play this like smooth. Okay. Okay, so this is a far better experience than free play. The frames here are just so much better. Let's have a look actually. Is this still settings? Online. So photogrammetry is actually turned on. I'm gonna leave everything else off. But yeah, this is definitely a better experience than free flight. The graphics even look a little bit better too. Why the clouds still look a bit weird. Obviously all the buildings aren't really rendered in properly still, but I'm gonna forget the objective for now. We're just gonna get as close to the city as possible and see if we have any frame issues. We are over water and knew in free flight when we were flying over water how better the experience was. Stutters here and there. Very interesting. So, if you want a better flying experience, go into photo mode or the world photographer mode, because this is, I would say, 95% smoother than free flight. I can't believe the frames are getting on this now. Obviously the world isn't really loaded in properly. Let's turn photogrammetry off and just see what kind of buildings we get. Alright, save and go back. Okay, so absolutely nothing changed. photogrammetry in 2020, buildings were all like that, just generic stock sort of block. I've obviously turned it off here and it's still showing. But yeah, the flying experience is so much smoother here. I don't know if it's because it's a helicopter. Let's change it up. Yeah, flight will end. Let's see if... right, let's go back, and we want an airplane of some sort, so... let's try Dubai. Crossing Dubai artificial islands. It doesn't give me any information as to what aircraft we will be using for this, but... let's see how quick this loads up here. Exploring. So again, even the load times for World Photographer mode seem much faster. Oh, I spoke too soon. Come on. Wow, that building looks clean. So I had purchased the Dubai City for 2020. I don't know if this has carried over. Yeah, this flight experience is so much better than free flight. Oh yeah, even the so in free flight the controls for this were just so sensitive. Okay, it's still not as pinpoint accurate. Let's see how close we can get here. Okay, no. I take that back. It's still extremely sensitive with any bit of movement we have. Let's just go back. Resume. So, World Pound. Sunset. Yeah, I was in two minds about waiting as well. But I genuinely thought that we would have just had a 2020 launch day experience. Like I said, like, we were still able to fly the 2020 launch day. Relatively smooth enough. I thought we would have had the same experience with this, but what I have noticed is plane just got extremely red. Free flight mode plays hard. I'm in World Photographer mode right now, and it's extremely smooth. Like it's definitely playable. Turn photogrammetry back on and see what happens here. So turn that on. Okay, I'm just gonna leave all that off again. Let's see what else. Okay, everything else seems fine. Alright, so we'll just save and go back. Let's see, does not see doing anything when I toggle that. Definitely a better flight experience in World Photography mode than So this is the cool thing, is when you crash, it just puts you back on track. I really like that. Instead of just like pushing you back to the main menu, having to start walking over again. But yeah, if you can get into the game, guys, like, World Photography mode definitely seems to be a decent flight experience. But apart from that, I'm not really noticing any major differences from 2020 and 2040 in terms of graphics and whatnot with the Xbox. I'm sure on the computer maybe there's definitely some graphic enhancements. Then again, I just don't know if they maybe limited bandwidth on the servers for the textures to stream, just so people can kind of get in. You know, once they kind of get all those and whatever, start fixing the graphics and textures start getting better. Because everything still looks very blocky and choppy and scissorsy right now. You know, like some of the buildings are still very much wrecked. And I had purchased it by the city for 2020. There's no quality up there. It's definitely not using my pack. Toggling photogrammetry on and off really isn't doing a whole lot. I've discovered when you toggle it on and off in 2020, there's a noticeable difference. All the buildings are just generic blocks and the generic buildings are just placed. You know, then when you turn photogrammetry on, it tried its best to kind of generate the actual building shape and style. So I've noticed turning it on and off in this image. Trying it out here, frame seem decent. sunset. Why did it put me in the early morning when it was after sunset? So with the world, Pam, Ali, and are entirely in frame with your flying. So how do I know if rare achievement because no one can actually get into the game, huh? So the world. There's the world, isn't it? All of those in frame. Okay. So that means I have to be really high up. How do I zoom? Okay, so they're all in frame, right? Right, I'll validate it. Okay, so interesting. And then with your plane flying along the coast. Okay, so let's get out of this. Why is that photo mode? Exposure on this is terrible. I don't know why slew mode's not working. Alright, it said slew mode. It's just opening up the camera. With your plane. Up. Right, so back on track. What the hell is that? Huh? Oh. Alright, that rendered. Okay, this is... Photo mode is gonna be pretty cool once the game is like... Yeah, I like that. Oh, lost focus. I've no idea what's happening in the background though. I feel like it's trying to show the air pressure or like turbulence or... Rotate. Oh, very nice. This is a very nice photo mode, I have to say. Toggle pause. Can we fly? Oh, interesting. XRT. Wait, does it not? Thumbnails are gonna be so good right now. It'd be nice if you could actually change the weather whilst in photo mode. You know, just for the photo mode, like, oh, look at the water, it looks so much better than that. Or even, interesting. So, activate autofocus. Activate autofocus. Drop it. Alright, let's just get our final. What's happening here? Take photo. But it's not going to validate it. Like, do I need to be lower to the? Photo mode. Take photo. Am I missing something? Why is it not validating this now? And also, where are my photos even going? Reset horizon, rotate take photo, yada yada yada. This is bizarre. Am I in the wrong photo mode? Okay, so this is not validating my photos. And I have no idea what all these weird things are. Hitting the thumbnails are gonna be an absolute breeze with this new phone, but I don't know why it's not validating my photos for this one, so let's change this up. Let's actually just go back to the main menu. I want to try go back into free flight and see, because obviously that was flying so smooth. Maybe it was the plane, I don't know. Activities, challenge, no, we'll forget about all that for now. So free flight, let's... So we know that flying in Dubai was seamless, and so was New York. Let's just God, it's so sensitive. So there's departure. Switch panels. Let's maybe choose a different aircraft. Choose this, and we'll go to the skydiving pad, which is here. Okay, so we'll set as departure. What time are we at? Custom. Sunset-ish, I guess. Right, start flight. Let's see what kind of experience we get now with free flight here, because we know that World Photographer flew so smooth in this same area with the F-18. So changing aircraft and going into free flight now. It's load time still. Oh, actually, load time seemed much faster there. Happening. Right.
Oscar Mike Delta traffic latest Alpha 6.
Okay, this is
whiskey, runway 24 straight out departure.
This is very smooth. We're back in free flight. Okay, audio cut. Are the plane textures streamed as well? Hey, yo, that's... There's no way plane textures are streamed too. It's terrible. It's actually terrible. Let's have a look at the recam, let's see. Yeah, this is so much smoother. I wonder why it flew like... That is very cool. I wonder if we can actually drop them out. Well, there was skydive mode settings. No, sorry. We'll go back out. This would be very good and skydive. Let's get this in the air and actually just see what kind of what can do. So all the textures just take a second to load. Right, okay, let's park the brake, 'cause that's no. Alright, up we go. Okay, now this is better flight. I kind of look at textures and all that stuff on the things called which are smooth. Very little frame bumps here, very little stuff. Very smooth. I can do that. Let's Many what these guys in terms of graphics, I mean, like everything is still getting 2025 for it. I do need to obviously go back to on today and just compare it and afterwards. We are not there. Okay, so on the PFD it's like previous frame it's kind of have a look and see. Oh, do I need to go into control? Oh no, I can do it from here. So let's see what comes up. Is there anything else? No. It's so weird. So it's only lights, I thought. VR, cockpit, player character, banner hook, skydive system. It's just door lights. Oh, okay, so... let's see what happens when we go out. So Z and X are our main ones. Let's go back and have a look. Oh wow, complete crash. Straight back to the home menu. And so that actually messed up my OBS as well, because oh man, this is insane. Right, let me, whilst this is loading up, see. So, oh, you have got to be joking me. Wow. So, what's my stream at? 2 hours and 4 minutes. So, I've been in this game for 2 hours and 4 minutes. No issue. And now, that was the first time it actually crashed entirely and brought me straight back to the Xbox home screen. The first 20 minutes of playing the game, it crashed about 7 or 8 times, where I had to physically just quit the game, go back to Xbox Home, and then just relaunch it. And it relaunched fine. Obviously the little loading screen at the bottom, that was, you know, it took maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Where this is where some computer players are getting stuck at. But now this is completely new. I didn't even get this earlier. Let's... oh man, this is stupid. This is so stupid. Imagine you spend $140 on this and this is what you're greeted with. Can't even get into the game now. So let's see if there is any updates. I doubt there will be. 0 updates found, and obviously nothing in my queue, so games. Let's launch this back up and see. Okay, so weirdly now, every time I'm going back to the main menu and I'm clicking back into this, it's resizing my OBS. I don't know if that's my Elgato. That's... oh, now it's... what is it doing? That's so stupid, man. Ah, right, okay. So, this is fun. Do I wait? Let's see. Let's have a look at... at loads of other people's streams. It's seems everybody's in this queue right now. Horrendous. And like, this isn't a Mickey Mouse company, people. This is Microsoft. You know, they pretty much own the cloud service that they're you know, using this with. Imagine if they didn't own the servers. Wow. This is a bit of a terrible experience. And we had just gotten to a point where the game was, you know, semi-playable. Like, it was running real nice and smooth. Get up, take off, you know, fly around a little bit, mess around with the camera, mess around with the photo. And then, I don't know, it literally just froze and just kicked me straight to the Xbox home screen. Oh, it's very disappointing. Let's have a look at their Twitter and see. CGT network, yeah, it kicked me out from a semi-decent flying experience to the menu, and then when I tried to relaunch, it just threw me back in here. Skittles, thank God I waited to try the basic Game Pass version before deciding to buy the premium one. Yeah, so I went ahead and obviously I just purchased the deluxe version, so $140. Look, it's not like this game's never going to be able to, you know, be in a state of being playable. Like, it will get fixed, but there should be somewhat of a semi-decent playable experience on launch day. You know, okay, if textures aren't rendering properly, you know, fine. But my first flight, like, I must have had about 2 frames per second flying. Everything was just so delayed. Every input was delayed. And then obviously it did crash a few times. I was able to load it back up and get back in and sort of go through the menus and whatnot. But in the last experience, when it got to a decent flying experience, like flying around Dubai, really nice, happy, free flight, nice and smooth, it just froze, kicked me out, and then trying to get back in, it just put me into this. Having looked at a few other streams, it seems a lot of others are stuck on this screen as well. At what point do I just quit for the day? I don't know, but you know, it's like, hang on, I've spent $140 on this, you know, and the game was only 12 gigabytes, so it just shows that relying solely on servers to just play the game, it's so silly. I would have taken a 100 gigabyte download for this all day long if I could have just had somewhat of an offline experience flight mode. You know, but then again, like, you know, my first impressions compared to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 is that it's kind of just the same. Obviously, where it's going to be different is, you know, maybe career mode. Obviously, photo mode looked very good. I was very impressed with photo mode. Like, yeah, I'll be happy with that, you know, once we're up and running. But yeah, okay, I know we're limited on the Xbox with graphics and whatnot. I mean, the graphics just look the exact same as 2020. Once I get it on the computer, you know, and tweak it a little bit, maybe it'll look a little bit better. But if I had to fire up 2020 right now and just start playing it, like, yeah, I don't even think you'd know the difference, really. This is an Xbox experience, so. This is annoying. So, like, can't even just get into the main menu now. It's just can't even get into the game. Too many users are trying to connect at the same time. And obviously, like, if I quit now and start it up again, I'm sure it'll, you know what, let's just quit. I wonder if... Okay, I don't know what happened, like, why my OBS or my Elgato keeps changing the size in OBS. So silly. Right, so we're launching 2020. See if number one we can get in. I mean, are the servers the same for 2020 and 2024? Oh my goodness. Interesting. Well, the servers for this don't seem terrible. So we're loading up 2020, kind of gauge if there's any difference, because we can't get into 2024 right now. We'll get a flight going and see if we can get back into 2024 and then just kind of load up the same flight and see what the difference is, just so at least because I don't think there's any major difference in the actual environment as it is right now. But I'm sure, like, you know, once they figure out all their server issues in the coming weeks, I'm sure textures and the environment will look much better. But in terms of, okay, now again, I know I'm on the Xbox. The computer's very different, but so far the Xbox does not live up to the. It doesn't live up to the hype of what we've seen in the trailers, etc., leading up to this, from what, you know, they were showing. Because it did look beautiful from what they were showing, but yeah, it's just all very cardboardy. It's all very graphics at the moment. This is taking forever here now. Here we go. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, so this is what we don't have in 2024 is the left analog on the controller is like your mouse. We just don't have that. What's going on with this now? God, they must share the same servers. Yeah, it's kind of like I just want to fly now. I'll take one of the Airbuses out and we'll see. So we were in Miami the last time. That was just a horrible, horrible flight experience. But let's just launch up from here. So it'll be runway 9. We'll set as departure. And we will choose... Let's see what we have in this one. Some of my aircraft are missing. Have they removed some of my airplanes from 2020? Hang on a second. What downloads? Installed. Wait, what? Okay, so it seems. Why have all of my downloads been uninstalled? This is insane. Wow, okay, so all my downloads, I don't even know. Oh, this is frozen here now. Oh my god. Okay, so all my downloads from 2020 have been uninstalled for some reason. Let's just let this download and see. That's kind of annoying. But okay, look, what aircraft? The 747 is in both, so I might choose that. And then I did have a pack for Miami, but because obviously nothing is really transferred over to 2024, it means that it should be as default on both, so I might not download that, but I don't even see it here. Landmarks, that's Dubai, so no, New York. Okay. Unless actually installed. Sydney. This is all discovery flights. This is none of my actual purchased items. Unless I'm completely blind, no. So city update Las Vegas, no. So I've actually purchased quite a few airports and locations. And they're not showing up in my installed. And they're also not showing up in my not installed. There's Miami Airport. The Miami location isn't there. My Dublin location isn't either. I had Ireland, Dublin. It's frozen again. Oh my god. Santiago, yeah, I was able to fly in free flight earlier. My first flight in the C-17 Globemaster was horrendous. Frame rate was just awful. Everything was stuttering. And then I went into world photographer mode to see what difference it made, and it flew so much better. It was almost like 85% better. So then I tested out free flight again, and that experience was the same. It was 95% better than my first flying experience. Then all of a sudden it just froze and like hard rebooted the game, kicked me straight out to the Xbox home screen. And when I loaded it back up, yeah, put me into that queue. In the first 20 minutes of playing the game, when I first installed it, it crashed about 7 or 8 times, so I had to force quit the game and relaunch it, and it was fine, I got in. But yeah, in the last, I don't know, 30 minutes or so, it's put me into that like grey screen queue, basically, so I can't get in. So I'm in 2020 right now because I'm just going to choose a similar flight and aircraft in 2020 and then do the same once I get back into 24 to kind of see the difference. Because I don't notice any sort of graphical differences on the Xbox right now compared to 2020, so we'll see side by side. So once I get in this, I'll then obviously record, and then when we get back into 2024, I'll do the exact same flight path, record again, and then, you know, put it side by side in post. Yeah, so the first few crashes I had, it didn't actually like kick me out to the home screen. It just like froze. I had no control, so I was able to obviously still control the Xbox. So I just quit and just relaunched it back up, and it was fine. But yeah, this one was a hard reboot straight to the home screen, and then getting back in was just awful. Here in 2020 also, yeah. I mean, I don't know why, but in my 2020 here now, everything's been uninstalled. All my add-ons, all my planes, everything has been uninstalled because I was looking for a plane. And I've just come back to the content manager here, and firstly, not only have things been uninstalled, but some of my... Oh, wait, hang on. Here's Dublin. Okay. Okay, I thought I was going insane. I thought some of my purchases had disappeared. Although I still think so, because I have Miami Airport, but I had Miami City packed down, and I think I even had Miami Nighttime City downloaded, so I can't find that, but it is what it is. Oh my god, how is this still $20? Okay, so yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna run a flight in 2020 and then just match it in 2024 once we're able to get in. So we'll set this as departure, and then let's just choose something short and sweet. Set this as arrival. We'll go with something big. We'll do the 747. Actually, no, we know that I know the F-18s in the game. I don't know what other aircraft are in 2024 that are similar here, so we'll just come here and we'll just do the same flight in 2024. So 13 minutes, yeah, that's decent enough. Yeah, it's very unsettling. It's just very strange that my downloads had uninstalled. Like I haven't touched it. I was going to delete this game after 2024 gameplay anyway. I just kept it installed because I wanted to do a few side-by-sides for myself. Which I was gonna do offline just in my own time. I'm glad I didn't delete this because, you know, now's the perfect time to kind of do it, just fresh out of 2024. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, see, this game is just acting so weird right now. I'll go back to the main menu, man. Yeah, this is bizarre. I mean, again, Microsoft, they're no Mickey Mouse company, and this is the issues we have. $140 is what I spent today to buy the game, including tax. It was $129 plus, I don't know, it was like $138. And this is what happens when you solely rely on online-only games. You know, if you don't have the right infrastructure in place with the servers, you're just gonna run into this every single time. Alright, so the last one said 13 minutes, and this is 14, so departure was set. Yeah, see, because the Xbox here, you've only got the terabyte hard drive, and I think I've got Forza Horizon 5 and Warzone installed as well. So I was like, oh, I'll definitely have to delete 2020 to install 2024. But the 2024 install was only 12 gigabytes, so I didn't need to at all.
Tower, Boeing Sierra 27 ready at runway 9 East departure.
Yeah, so this is what we don't have in 2024. When I right click on my left analog, it brings up this mouse. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, it is 2024 now. Things should be improved in terms of server capability. And Microsoft, you know, they, with their like subscription Game Pass, you know, which is, I don't know, like $10 a month, which a lot of people are switching to. I still pay my Xbox Live Gold yearly, $60 a month, or a year, sorry. But a lot of people have switched over to the monthly subscription. So you know that works out to be $120 a year. So it's a 100% increase on buying for the yearly. But that 100% increase, okay, I know you get some games included and whatnot, but you know it's the same with Warzone. The servers on that are terrible, but they don't pump money into their servers. They'd rather create new skins, you know, create better gameplay, yada yada, which is fair enough to a certain extent. But when you start making games online only, you know, you can't skimp out on the servers. It's the same with Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. That was an online only experience in the first couple of weeks, and like some people just could not get in at all. And obviously now we're experiencing this, obviously, because trying to get back into the game, we're put into a queue. At least we're in a queue, whereas Test Drive, there was no queue. It was just like, sorry, that's it, you're not playing today. But yeah, like I said earlier in the stream, I would have happily have taken a, you know, I would have even taken a 250 gigabyte download for this game, just to be able to at least play it. You know, okay, I know there's going to be issues, you know, and we obviously had the same issues with 2020. But rewind 4 years, we were still able to somewhat play that game. It still ran smooth enough. My first flight in 2024 was the choppiest experience I've ever had in a game. Ever. So yeah, like, I mean, if the game was only 12 gigabytes, I don't even want to know what how many gigabytes were actually streaming to just play it. But I don't mind for the textures and all that to be sort of poor quality for now, just as long as the game runs smooth and I can just fly, mess around in the air, you know. When I played around with the World Photographer mode, I discovered that the new photo mode is incredible. So I was like, okay, this is something to look forward to. And I was having a bit of fun in there. So it's even something like that, you know, if we could just have that nice smooth experience, take a few photos, mess around. So your flight was smooth and you were able to land. Wow. Yeah, so my flight... So my first flight, I was in the C-17 Globemaster for about 35 minutes. It was terrible. And I tried to land. I did land somewhat, but like it was just frame rate. I'd say I had about 2 or 3 frames per second. So then I quit that and I went into the World Photographer mode, and the game was instantly like 85% smoother. I think I chose New York City, the Statue of Liberty challenge to take photos of. So I was like, this is a fully built city, and it was absolutely fine. It was in a helicopter as well, so it was fine. What I had noticed on my first flight was over the ocean it became very smooth, so obviously the land was the issue. So that's why when I chose New York and I saw that it was running a bit smoother, I was like, this is bizarre. This is, you know, even in 2020 sometimes when I fly over Manhattan, the game gets a bit choppy, or it doesn't render the buildings as best as possible. So then I quit that, and then I went into free flight mode. Actually, no, I did another World Photographer in Dubai with the F-18, and that ran smooth as well. So I quit, and then I launched up free flight again, and it was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Now, obviously, the textures were down a little bit, but the game was smooth. I was able to take off, fly a little bit, and then, yeah, all of a sudden it just froze and just kicked me out there. So, but yeah. as I said, I would have taken a massive gigabyte download just to play the game smooth enough. I did try career mode. Well, I started it up, you know, I was going through a few cutscenes, and then I just quit because I think in one of the cutscenes the plane was rendered perfectly. Then all the textures in the background, there was like a bicycle and a tool chest and whatever. It looked as if it came from a Windows XP computer, or even, I don't know, Windows 98 computer graphics. Yeah, they'll definitely fix it. It's just when, I don't know. Just having a look at their Twitter, you know, they're only aware of the issues, you know, that's the only update we're getting, but yeah, it's, how many weeks until, I mean, what was 2020? Maybe like 2 months before it was like in a really good shape, in really good position. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm just gonna take the F-18 now and do a similar flight on this, and if I can get back to 2020, we'll do the same flight. Kind of see what it is. But actually, now that I'm in here now, I actually do notice a little bit of improvement on 2024. Get up in the air, have a look. The thing is also, like, when do I actually just try and get back into Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024? Don't really want to be stuck in the queue for like 30 minutes. The thing with the queue was there was no indication as to how long it was going to be. It just said, you know, please wait here. That was it. There was a little percentage bar at the bottom.
Boeing 127 leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
So,
Miami Sierra Alpha Bravo 127 frequency
what
change.
settings do I actually have on this? So, and that's data. Yes, so everything is on for this. Rolling cache is on. Oh, that's 8. Weird. Okay. Let me just delete this. I will see. Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, what time's it here now? It's 3:45 p.m. Maybe, I don't know, 8 p.m. later today, things will be a little bit better. I'd like to definitely see an improvement by tomorrow for sure, that we can at least load up the game. Because I do really want to try give career mode a shot.
Miami approach Boeing Sierra Alpha Bravo 127 is type point 2 miles east of Miami, 2,200 feet. Request flight following.
Yeah, but just looking at this, actually, like, this looks so much better than 2024 right now.
Squawk 46 Boeing 127.
See, I'd be very happy if
southeast of Miami, 3,600
this was the
feet.
current condition of
Altimeter
2024.
29.92.
Roger 27. Boeing Sierra Alpha Bravo 127.
Let's bring some
Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
Boeing Sierra Alpha Bravo 127 Miami approach. Bravo airspace.
Cleared through Bravo airspace Boeing 127.
Boeing 127 traffic is 8 o'clock for 1,000 feet generic. Report them in sight.
I've actually never seen this.
Boeing 127 traffic in sight.
Boeing 127, you're leaving my
I don't
airspace.
know, I feel like
Contact Homestead approach on 123.8.
look a little bit better in this compared to 2024. Right now.
To 123.27. Boeing Sierra
Why is the
Alpha
game
Bravo
only 11
127
gigabytes? Yeah, because the
5,800
entire
feet.
game is just
Boeing
server-based.
127 Homestead approach altimeter 2902 radar contact continue.
The problem I had when it crashed is it started downloading again on restart. Oh, really? I didn't have that. That's interesting.
27 contact Miami approach on 125 decimal. Good day.
125.5 127.
Now, remember everybody,
Goodbye.
this is 2020.
Miami approach Boeing Sierra Alpha Bravo
So,
127 600 feet.
Boeing Sierra Alpha Bravo 127 Miami approach altimeter 29.92 radar contact continue.
Yeah, this is so nice. Okay, so this game looks really nice compared to the 2024 that we've been playing for the last hour. So kind of like it's kind of like excited as well. Yeah, okay. So tell me what. Oh, is that? That's the 3D thermal, is it? Why? Ah. Okay, I was wondering because I noticed that in 2024. So there is definitely like a lot of improvements in 2024 in terms of UI and code and everything. Not like enjoyable experience that I kind of wish we actually had in 2020. That's probably one of the reasons why 2024 was completely, you know, its own standalone games. Because they just couldn't really get that in 2020. Quality of life on that is very nice. Again, the photo mode is insane. And replay mode land here. Let's just change the time to the sun. A little bit. The water in 2024 is actually so much better. Just make me the wrong ones. Okay, so I will give 2024 some credit, and one noticeable difference. Plain audio is very loud. I noticed that earlier actually as well. Let me
Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
Oh well. Let me adjust the game. Yeah, because the game is very loud, especially then. Alright, let's just restart that. I gotta pay attention because I want to do a before and after sort of comparison video with the same sort of flight path, same time and everything. So I'll redo this now. But what I was gonna say is, yeah, I'm gonna give 2024 some credit. The water is definitely so much better, and just also what happened there when we crashed in 2020, how it just restarts. It was always a pain in the ass to like restart the entire thing. So in 2024 it puts you back on track, which is really nice. So yeah, it is though, you know, those changes that, you know, I look forward to. Okay, so we won't do live weather. We want to try to keep everything the same. So we'll do that's so sensitive. Right, so we'll do 5 p.m.
Follow the aircraft on final. Windcom caution, the Airbus A20 and landing roughed.
Come on, clouds. Cloud coverage we'll do.
Clear to land runway 8 right, number 3, American 1524.
We'll do 20%. Density.
Clear to land runway 8
3.
right, envoy 4.
Yeah, and then the bottom altitude we'll do 3,500, and then I'll remember that for 2024. Right, so this should be a pretty quick flight. The runway and the grass look a little bit better in 2020 right now compared to just 2024. The clouds look very soft in this, and the clouds in 2024 actually looked like the clouds when 2020 first released. But yeah, right. Let's get up in the air. And what I'll do is I'll do a nice low pass over the water. That'll be one easy comparison for 2024. Gear up.
Boeing 1 continue for east departure. Envoy 4037 Henley when able. 7 leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Miami Tower, Boeing Sierra Alpha, Bravo 7, continue for east departure. Miami Tower, Boeing Sierra
I mean, this.
Bravo 1 with frequency change.
You like the clouds in 2024? Yeah, see, I don't. I don't know if I just didn't have the textures fully downloaded or streamed, I guess, or whatever. And I had clear skies for the first flight, and then I went straight to like a light thunderstorm, and they just looked very transparent and like kind of washed out. It's like the exposure was terrible. Whereas these are very soft, but they still look a little bit fluffy. So obviously when I get back into 2024, I'll set the same settings as I have with this now. Same time, everything, and we'll definitely kind of see. But definitely the water looks nice and glassy from up here. But in 2024, like the waves, the physics, the fluid motion of the water looked really good. Okay, so from here, it looks a bit shoddy, I guess. And it was mainly up against the shoreline that you could see the waves crashing and everything. Alright, let's try and notice the trees as well. So, I mean, we're well aware of what the trees are like in 2020. They're terrible. Yeah, I mean, I only had clouds on my first flight, so that was when the game was running terrible for me. Like, I mean, it was terrible. Even the plain texture just seemed very scissors cut. So when the game started playing a little bit better for me, I was in a different aircraft, and it was clear skies in both New York and Dubai, so I didn't get to sort of experience it when it ran smoother for me. So it'll be interesting now to see once we get back in, because obviously once we do get back in, we know that they have semi-fixed their servers and have updated something. So look, I mean, from this point onwards, it's only gonna get better. There's just gonna be massive improvements, each step of the way, basically. But it's just very annoying that we've spent so much money to just not be able to play it. Like, $140, and look, here I am playing 2020. I know some people got it on the Game Pass, but still, like, you're still paying monthly for that. And then, there's some, like, bigger YouTubers out there, streamers, playing the game with no issues from what I see. So, I don't know. But I mean, this still looks very good. I think it's just because it's just so much smoother right now. Right, so we know that the runway was here, so let's get in position. But yeah, I mean, you can see the water here. But it'll actually be interesting to see the color of the water in 2024 compared to this, because this should be a little clearer. You should be able to see some, like, more whitish sand down in the keys here. You got the standard edition. Yeah, so obviously I went straight for the deluxe purely because I just wanted to fly the C-17. And obviously the marketplace isn't open, and I don't know when. I just didn't expect for it to be such a bad experience. But I just wanted to fly that plane so bad. I was toying with the idea of just going standard and then just upgrading, because I think you can do that. You just pay the balance, which is not a bad idea. But yeah, just not being able to purchase the plane, I was just like, oh no. But in hindsight, by the time the marketplace is open, it probably would have been the same amount of time. so it's giving me this path inventory here. Yeah, like it looks very lifeless here. Whereas the wave and the fluid motion of the water and is, you know, that in itself is a nice upgrade. But also very interesting that, yeah, I guess it makes sense, but there's no difference between the versions in terms of playing the game, you know? Imagine if, like, the deluxe players, you know, were connected to a better server or, you know, whatever, and they were able to get into the game and, you know, standard versions weren't. I mean, the colors still look very nice here. Yes, I agree. The aircraft were definitely better in 2024, even from the photo mode. Okay, I don't know why. Great, now I don't know where the airport is. Yeah, 100% agree. The aircraft did look better, and I'm sure once the textures are rendered properly or streamed, you know, properly, it'll be huge. Even from walking around inside the C-17, I had a lot. You just had so many more options for opening doors and stuff like that compared to 2020. So they were obviously very limited in 2020 with stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to those kind of upgrades. Oh, I don't know where this airport is. I've messed this up entirely. Not really paying attention. What is this landing strip? There it is. Yeah, I'm very intrigued to do career mode as well. Like I said, I got into like 2 or 3 cutscenes and then I exited. I kind of wanted it. I want that to be at least a good experience. But it's the fact that, you know, you kind of get your license and all that and progress from there is kind of cool. so I'm really looking forward to that. Oh god. Okay, well, I have that anyway, so. Yeah, back to main menu. Yes. Right, now, while it's kind of fresh, let's attempt to boot up 2024 again. And yeah, for some reason my OBS is probably going to make the screen, yeah, small again, and then it'll go back to 4K. So strange. Oh, okay, let's see. Oh, you're stuck in a queue as well still? Oh yeah. So this is what I don't understand. Like, you have the 0% down the bottom left corner. Like, there's no indication as to, like, exactly how long. And then it's obviously saying, please wait a few minutes. But my first time I got stuck in this queue, you know, I waited, what, 10 minutes? And absolutely no change. That's why I went back to 2020 there. But I just did a quick flight in 2020 because I was, you know, I just wanted to compare. Two similar flight paths and aircraft. Yeah, this is insane though. I mean, what am I at? So 3 hours stream time. So I think was it 2 hours and 5 minutes is when I got hard booted to the Xbox home screen and had to launch up again. Yeah, that was 2020. Because 2024 crashed for me, so I got stuck in this queue a few times, and I just wasn't gonna wait. So I got a few flights under the belt in 2024, so I wanted to like boot up 2020 just to kind of see the difference in terms of graphics, aircraft, etc. Why was it so laggy, or was that streaming issue? I've got 0 drop frames on my stream, so it could be the stream, it could be YouTube. Oh, here we go. This is new. Yeah, that could be the stream, because to be fair, it actually was a decent experience. Looking at my OBS here now and compared, it's very choppy in OBS compared to the Xbox. But it's weird. I mean, everything's green on OBS. No drop frames. What is this? Wow, Microsoft. This is a new screen for me. 2024. So my first flight was horrendous. It was the worst launch day gaming experience I've ever had. I would have happily have taken 2020's launch day experience and played it that way, because at least we were able to somewhat play there. So my first flight was about 35 minutes or so, 40 minutes, around the South Florida area. It was extremely choppy, like extremely choppy. I'd say I had about 2 or 3 frames per second. Once I got over the water, the flight experience got a little bit better. The aircraft, like, you know, the movements were a bit more smooth, but it was still kind of choppy. Managed to land, and then I quit out to the main menu and I opened up World Photographer. When I opened up World Photographer, I chose Manhattan as one of the challenges. It threw me into a little baby helicopter, and the experience was like 85% better. The entire game played so smooth, which I found weird because obviously Manhattan is such a built-up city. Like I even have sometimes issues in 2020 rendering Manhattan. So that was great. I then quit that and then tried a different one because I wanted an aircraft. So I went to Dubai, and that again was flawless. Like it was just perfect. So then I went to free flight again, but this time in Dubai because I knew Dubai was rendering okay, and it was fine. It was perfect. So my first and last flight within 2024 were like night and day. But 5 minutes into the flight, it just crashed and it hard booted me to the Xbox home screen. Whereas in my first like 20 minutes of gameplay, I did crash maybe 5 or 6 times, but I had to like manually quit the game to restart it. So that was the first time it hard rebooted me, and then obviously I've just been stuck on these screens since trying to get back into 2024. So yeah, it hasn't been a pleasant experience just flying. I started career mode just a little bit. I went through maybe 2 or 3 cutscenes before I quit out. I kind of quit out because I didn't want to ruin the first time experience of career mode in its current state. And also, in one of the cutscenes, the plane was rendered in, but the whole background was like not rendered at all. Like there was a bicycle and like a toolbox in the back, and the graphics were like from I don't know, Super Nintendo or you know. So I was just like, no, this is gonna be a terrible experience. So I just kind of quit that. You know, because I'm looking forward to career mode, so I want to experience it, you know, in its best possible version, basically. Yeah, this is weird. This is. Let's try and quit this again and see. So you started 2020 in February this year. Oh, interesting. So you started 2020 in a decent state then, because like to be really honest, it did take a full 9 months, maybe 12 months, for 2020 to be a really good game. There were a lot of teething issues. You know, it took about 2 months for it to get into a very nice playable experience, but it still lagged a few times. You know, they did give a lot of updates in the first year. So yeah, I mean, you can see how 2020 is playing right now. It's perfect. So so you haven't really experienced the teething issues of 2020, but like the experience of 2024 is 250% worse than what 2020 was. Yeah, you prefer to have the option to download everything. You're absolutely correct. As I said over and over and over again, I would have taken 250 gigabyte download for this game just to play it somewhat. It's just a shame about all the issues now. I've waited since the announcement. 2024 seems like the Xbox can't run it at the moment. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I've been so like I probably don't have a decent spec computer right now to run 2024. I've literally just ordered some new parts, so I will be upgrading my computer to like I'll be choosing all the recommended specs that they want for 2024. So I'm not even gonna bother putting it onto the computer right now. And I started with the Xbox purely because I actually thought that the Xbox would have had a better experience running it. But yeah, it will be interesting to see the difference from Xbox and computer when it's, you know, in a semi-decent state. But from the trailers that we got, and even just the sort of alpha modes or beta modes that some of the streamers, you know, were playing, it looks so much better there than it does now. Compared to the Xbox, that is. But yeah, there were times where the Xbox couldn't really run 2020. I think I fully deleted and re-downloaded 2020 maybe 5 times. And the in-sim marketplace and download servers are horrendous. I think my last 3 times re-downloading Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 took a full 2 days to complete. Which was just, yeah, it was horrible. Or sorry, should I say the first 3 times I did it? I don't know. I mean, surely they would have had to have tested it on the Xbox. Oh, look. Just put me back to the screen. Yeah, surely they would have had to have tested it on the Xbox. Like, to what extent, I don't know. But obviously, look, computer's always just going to get the first step in the door, you know? Yeah, that's a long time. I know, it was silly. But I have noticed, though, like, I mean, my internet's good. I think I have about 500 megabyte download at the moment. And every time I was downloading within Microsoft's, like, their host or whatever, I was always getting, like, 2 to 3 megabits. So, like, it was horrendous. But I have noticed, like, in the last 7 or 8 months that they've definitely overhauled their internal download servers, because everything downloads so much faster. I'm almost getting maybe 200 megabits, or I think even earlier there downloaded 300, you know, which is pretty good. I think with the Xbox, though, we won't get the full sort of, like, ray tracing and all that kind of stuff. There will be a hard cut limit, and I think we'll definitely notice that. I'm hoping to have my computer finished by the end of the year as well, just after Christmas. So it'll be a very nice comparison to actually go straight from the Xbox to the computer and actually see the differences there and then. Did you see live traffic with livery and model matching? So I turned all of that off. I turned all the online bits off, thinking that would give me a bit of a better experience with the game. So no, I didn't. Though I did turn photogrammetry on and off a couple times, and each time I did it, there was zero change. Like, zero change. Whereas obviously in 2020, when you disable and enable photogrammetry, like, there's a big difference. But I turned all those offline bits off. To make the game run smoother, I guess, which maybe it did work towards the end, because, you know, the game did improve for me a little bit. You saw live traffic. Interesting. And what was that like? Were there liveries on the planes? Were they correct planes, or were they just similar to 2020? You have 100 for download. I mean, look, 100 is even perfect for this, you know. It just shows that my downloads from my ISP just don't match the downloads you get from Microsoft and Asobo's servers. You know, because really, like, the first 3 times when I had to re-download the game, it was all the expansions, all my planes and everything like that, and it just, that's why it took forever. But realistically, had you compiled everything into one, it should have been downloaded within a few hours. I was sure the deliveries because it went with smaller airports. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Probably wise to go smaller airports as well, less to render up. I went straight to Miami area. That's the kind of area that I'm in, so it's heavy built up. But yeah, I'd turned everything off, so I didn't see anything above 25. Yeah, you're absolutely spot on. You only have 3 planes. Is that all you get in the standard? 3 planes? Did any of your planes from 2020 transfer over? Because I actually did notice a couple from my 2020 transfer over. Refresh, it works. Okay. Let's see what screen we get now. There's a glitch where planes aren't loading in, apparently. Yeah, I saw that as well, actually. Yours didn't transfer yet. Yeah, so not all my planes transferred. Still too many users. Come on. Yeah, just only a handful of them. Which I thought was weird. But it is nice now that some of the planes that you had to purchase for 2020 are now standard. So what planes do you get in the standard one if you've only got the 3? You have 50 right now? Oh. 50 what? 50 planes or 50 megabits? No, it's not working right now. I've been trying to get in for the last hour. It did work at the beginning, and then hard kicked me out to the Xbox home screen, and I've been trying to get in for the last hour and 16 minutes. Yeah, I refreshed there as well. I quit out and got back in. Wonder what happens if I go home. We won't quit out, we'll just launch back up. And go back in. Yeah, I don't know. Every time I go back to the home screen, my OBS just does something weird. Oh, look at this. Again, back on this little screen. Come on, Microsoft. Yeah, you're damn right. Second largest cloud server company in the world, and this is the issues we have. Like, they should have definitely had a contingency plan in place for this. I mean, I think we definitely all knew that there was going to be some teething issues, but have a plan in place to even just allow us to just fly something and, you know, smooth enough. You know, get in and kind of just explore a little bit. You're in 6 games. Oh, man. See, the bottom left, it's still showing 0%. Like, you know, this is the other thing. There's, like, no indication as to when we're going to be up and running again. Even if it said estimate 10 minutes or something, you know. They should have had a plan. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they 100% knew that they were going to have issues. We knew that there was going to be some sort of issues. To this extent, maybe not so much. I mean, yeah, it's just crazy. I actually thought the game was going to be about 50 to 60 gigabytes to download on the Xbox. But when I saw 12, I was like, uh-oh, we're in for we're in for some bumpy rides. Oh, thanks for the sub, Pro Gamer. Appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know how awesome you can be just streaming a loading screen. But I did get to play for the first hour and a half, 2 hours. First 40 minutes was terrible, but we still got into the air. We still landed. We still messed around with some of the features. Got to walk around the C-17 Globemaster, although it was extremely painful. It was so slow. So slow. And then my experience did get better before it just kicked me out. Your friend is still on 97% screen from 5 hours ago. He won't restart. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame him. The thing is, if he restarts, it's probably just going to put him straight to this screen here. But I think that 97% screen loading, that's still like the little blue bar at the bottom that you first got initially. So that for me kind of flew by. God tells me right now, well, praise the Lord. Let me through the server issue page. Yeah, it keeps going. So there's 3 pages. So you have this one. You've then got like the loading cutscene. And then you have the first one where it's just like, yeah, there's too many people trying to join the game. Yeah, it's crazy that they have no contingency plan for this. I think they've only put out like 2 tweets on X as well, like just saying that they're aware and, you know, they're trying to do something, I guess. And then say if I load up 2020 again and play that for a little bit, it's like, oh well, you know, it's Murphy's Law. It's like as soon as I leave this page here, you know, it'll probably work while I'm, you know, in the other game, and then I want to try it again and then get stuck in a queue again. It's like had I not gone straight into 2020 after the first queue, would I actually be in right now? How long do I have to wait? But the thing is, like, Pro Gamer, they knew this was gonna happen. They 100% knew this was gonna happen. You wish they update more what's going on? Absolutely. Absolutely. At least then we kind of know. It's the fact that we're completely sitting in the unknown. Number one, we don't know like what the full issue is. Okay, we know it's server related, but you know, like, how overloaded is it? Like, how many players are actually trying to get in right now? But then it's also just the unknown of not knowing how long it's gonna take us roughly to kind of get in. You know, like, for, I don't know if you've played Warzone, when you get stuck in the server queue, it's like 3 minutes. You know, estimate 3 minutes. You're like, okay, fine, fair enough. Here's just a few minutes, and now we're at this screen here. Let's quit again and try. Or actually, hang on. The last time I just went to home and went back in. But yeah, like, is there 10 million, 20 million, 50 million players trying to get on right now? Who knows? No, same thing. Okay, let's... Oh, I don't know. I'm in 2 minds. Like, do I quit again? Do I just... Is it gonna change? Is there even a queue position? That's the other thing. We don't know. You know, so the whole restarting, like, oh god, what the hell has happened to my graphics just went all weird there. So bizarre, like, why this keeps doing this. I'm using the Elgato 4K 60S Plus. So bizarre. It can't be that big amount of players. Like I see Black Ops 6, 5 million and works fine. Yeah, you're right. Can't be as big as Black Ops 6. That's so true. Like, there's no way. Maybe over time, you know, added together average, yeah, but all at once today, it's definitely not that many. I mean, they should really be sort of investigating how many current players are in 2020 at the moment and playing that and sort of gotten a rough, you know, like to this point. So the game's been out for 4 or 5 years, we'll say. And they can say, okay, so our player count has dropped from, you know, 10 million to 2 million, and it's now average at 2 million. So they should have known that there's going to be an average amount of people that jump onto this. And then you add maybe 30% of that to players that first started 2020 that stopped playing but now want to jump on the bandwagon again, kind of thing. So they should have had those numbers, and they should have accounted for that on their servers to be like, okay, this is the load we're gonna have, and even then gone a step further and said, okay, we know that there's 50 million on 2020. Yeah, so I mean, like, that's a huge number. But we'll say that, you know, in the last year, let's say that dropped to 3 million players. So they sort of should have said, okay, we know that there's definitely going to be 3 million players that are going to swap over. We'll add 50% of that. So we'll say 4.5 million players are going to play. And then what they should have done is, okay, let's just say 6 million players will join day one. And then sort of built, you know, like, strengthen the servers to accommodate that. But I feel as if, like, they put no work into that, because there's no way that this should be this overloaded. The fact that this entire game is being streamed maybe affects it, but, like, okay, I'm no engineer and I don't know how these servers work, but one would kind of assume a bit of common sense is they would be on different servers and then they would sort of, like, join somewhere. So they have the entire game streaming on one server and then the player base on another server. Maybe it is like that, and maybe it's getting bottlenecked to, you know, where they join. I've no idea. And that's the thing, is like, we don't know. And it would be so cool if they could, like, throw out a tweet to say, this is exactly what's happening and this is the fix that we're trying to do. Because then we'd be like, oh, perfect. You know, I'll come back in 20 minutes then, you know. If this gave me an estimate time, like, you were in a queue, please wait a few minutes and try again, or try again later. Oh, okay, I didn't read that properly. If that said, you were in a queue, estimate 15 minutes, fine, I'd leave it sitting here for 15 minutes then, you know. Normally after logging queue, I stick at 0 and then detect server, but it's loading at the moment. Oh, you're on 13%. Oh. How long were you on the screen? Did you restart a bunch of times? Or did you have you just left it on that screen for how long? Because that'll be interesting to know. If you haven't, like, budged on that screen and you've been there for like 15-20 minutes, well, I think that's what I've got to do, because I think the longest I've waited on the screen is, where are we at now? 3 hours and 28 minutes. So I think the longest I've been on this kind of waiting is maybe 7 or 8 minutes, which is probably not anything at all. Like, I kept restarting after issue. Oh. Okay, what I'm gonna do is, so we'll close this off, and what I'll do is, when this opens back up again, I'm gonna just restart the Xbox. The stream will still go, but obviously we're just gonna lose connection for a second. And then let's see if this works. So my Xbox is a wired connection as well, so there's no Wi-Fi running here. Okay, so yeah, I don't know why my Elgato keeps doing this as well. Like when it's at the main screen, it's like 1080p, and then when I click into the game, I gotta turn my controller on. All right, let's see if that has done anything. No, I got it to 28, then the server issue. Oh man. Like, is it going to and from? Like, is it bouncing you to that and then giving you like a percentage and then it just kicks you out again? I actually haven't checked their... Okay, so that didn't work, so let's give it a few minutes. So that was 2 hours ago that they tweeted. 2 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours. Okay, so 2 tweets is all they've put out in the last 2 hours. Oh wait, that's support. Let's go to their official. 5 hours ago, yeah, they just said it's launching. Yeah, we know that. And they just retweeted their support page. Okay, so they aren't even tweeting out anything at all. So their last tweet was 2 hours ago. We are aware of reports of aircraft missing from my library and aircraft select screens in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. The issue is related to the server issues we are currently working to resolve. Right. There's one comment here. Well, at least the flight delays are realistic. Yeah, that's very true. Someone says here, thanks for the transparency, but the server issues now affecting loading times and missing aircraft. Yeah, it's frustrating for those who spend $70 to $200. Yeah, geez, you forgot about the... There's even a $350 version of this game as well. So yeah, imagine paying... I actually think... Because that $350 game, I think it's like a hard copy. It comes with a few bits and pieces that gets delivered to your house. Like I think some people were actually experiencing delays on receiving that. So you, like if you purchase that version because it's disc, you wouldn't even be able to load the game up. Yeah, this is crazy, man. There's 3 tweets entirely from Microsoft official and support today. 2 of them are addressing the issues, and one of them is just basically saying, welcome to the game. We're launching. Launching what? Oh man, I definitely think that I'd be happy with just being in the game at least and having a really choppy experience than just sitting at this queue now. As much as I complained about it earlier, this is just silly. But it's so funny because it's every game, more or less, nowadays has a terrible launch day. Every game. Nearly 100% of the games released have some sort of issue on the first day. How do they not anticipate any of these? Launching Microsoft Weight Simulator. Yeah, I know. $140 for a weight simulator. Like, there's got to be an achievement when we get into here that... Monk! And it's so funny because I have received 2... let's see, where... I don't even know where my... achievements are. I have I got 3 achievements? Very good. So wait, accumulate 2 hours. Oh no, hang on, let's progress most rare. It popped up that I had 2 most common default. Are all my... Wait, why is it not showing? they keep changing this. I always forget now how to see my achievements. But so I have 3 achievements, and when they popped up, it was like rare achievement unlocked. I think one of them was like take a photo or something maybe. I'm like, yeah, definitely rare because no one can get into the game. So every achievement's going to be rare. So all achievements. Let's see. Okay. So progress. Oh yeah, so here's my 3 rare achievements because no one can get them. So first flight, so complete a flight in any game mode. So 7% of gamers have unlocked this. Wow. Amateur photographer, so take a photo in World Photographer. So only 0.11% have taken a photo. And then touch and go. Perform a touch and go landing at 2 different airports in a single session. I don't remember doing that. Weird. Yeah, so those are the 3 rare achievements. I love that this one is rare, but it's only rare because no one can get into the game. Accumulate 2 hours of flight in a jet, airliner, glider, and rotorcraft. So, wait, 0.01% of gamers have unlocked this. So people have actually unlocked these already. There's no way. Base training, okay, 1% have gotten that. How are some of the people getting these? Earn all 20 base certifications and there's no way that these are definitely the game developers for sure. So time played 3 hours and 56 minutes. Oh, that's a lie. For sure. 0.11% LOL. I know, right? 3 hours and 56 minutes. Of that, maybe an hour and 40 minutes in the loading screen. Yeah, see, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know why my OBS keeps doing this. Every time I'm at the main menu, it switches to 1080p. And then when I go back into 2024, it then goes back out to 4K. That's definitely an Xbox issue rather than a OBS or Elgato. So we're back at this screen, back at 0%, and then the inevitable will probably happen. It'll give me the server issue detected error. Oh, some of the comments on the tweets are hilarious. I have 3 hours 57 minutes playing, but that's actually 0 minutes. So you've got 3 hours 57 minutes on this screen. I mean, they may as well add an achievement for getting into the game. At this rate, there will be an achievement when we get in. I'm just looking at my stream here. Is it choppy for you guys? I'm also noticing that it's extremely delayed. My OBS is showing a semi-decent screen. 0 frames dropped and I'm at full green bars. But on YouTube it looks so choppy. Oh my god. Whether to go to sleep or wait, it could fix any minute. I'm in the exact same boat. Because as I said earlier, it's Murphy's Law. As soon as I, quit and get out and just come back later, everyone will probably get in. It's choppy sometimes. Yeah, okay. I gotta have a look at that. No. Don't know why it's choppy. Let's scan this QR code and actually see. What's your CPU on OBS? Let's have a look. CPU usage, it's only at 55%. OBS is only on 38%, 40%. It's not too bad. You're done with 2024 for the day? Would be 2020 day? Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, I'm itching to just get in though. Actually, hang on. Sorry, I said I was gonna scan this QR code and see what where it takes me. Let's see. Microsoft Flight Simulator FAQs. Wow. Cool. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Nothing updated on their forums. At all. Like, at all. I don't even know why it gives us that QR code. Like, there's no vital information or updated information on that link in the QR code. So, that's pointless. May as well take that out. Yeah, oh. Like, it's a tough one because, like, we got a bit of a taste of 2024. And then knowing we're going back to 2020 is like 10 steps back. Lowering your bitrate on... Actually, that's a good point, actually. Let me see what my bitrate is. Stream. Oh yeah, let's drop this down a little bit. This shouldn't restart the stream. Yeah, my bitrate was actually really high there. I haven't streamed in a very long time. But this is some entertaining stream right here. Although, having a quick look at other YouTubers, it seems a lot of them are on this screen as well. Well, some have actually gotten in. I used to stream, that's why I know a little bit. Yeah, I think, geez, the last stream I did was a couple of years ago. And I was really looking forward to today's stream. I really was. I was like, this will be nice. But once they get their act together, like, the career mode itself in this should be very easy to stream. Some of 2020's content plateaued a little bit, you know, with some of the streams. Got very repetitive sometimes. Whereas at least with this, we have a bit more options. You know, even world photographer mode and stuff like that. Let me check my CPU usage now, actually, because... Yeah, CPU usage now is down in the low 30s. 29, 30. Yeah. It's actually not bad. Oh, actually, damn. Could also be my, what's my connection at? I thought I was wired on my computer, but I'm not. I'm running off Wi-Fi. Damn, I need to plug that back in. Yeah, warning, the stream's current bitrate slower than the recommended bitrate. No, I will ignore that warning. Yeah, stream is good, but less CPU and not being choppy either. Yeah, that's what we want. That is what we want. Right, let's quit and try it again. Come on, Asobo, Microsoft. I just want to fly. Don't know what you have until it's gone. I was really enjoying flying around Dubai until it kicked me out. You're in a queue. Please wait a few minutes to try again later. Damn. Oh, I am hungry, and I think I'm just going to end the stream there. Go have some dinner, and then boot it up after dinner. Maybe give it 2 or 3 hours to refresh, and then come back on. Hopefully by then, things have kind of eased a little bit. I mean, look, it's probably the case, you know, I'll leave, someone else leaves, you know, and then it kind of clears the queue up a little bit, and then people can kind of get in. So then, by the time I'm ready to boot up again, you know, a lot of people have been drip fed into the game, so I think that's what it kind of needs. The fact that there's no sort of, you know, indication estimate as to how long, it's probably like everybody's just sitting in this queue and we're all just bottlenecked at one tiny little door somewhere. How does a company this big flop the release day so badly? I know. As I said, like, I've been playing games for the last 20-25 years. Okay, look, games back then were on discs, you know, launch days were easy. But since games have been digital in the last heavy 7 or 8 years, this is by far the worst launch day experience I've had. For the games that I've bought and downloaded. And by a big margin, like 80%. As I said, 2020 was, yeah, there was a few hiccups for launch day 2020, but you could play the game. It was somewhat playable. With smooth frame rates. This is insane. But now the fact that we're in a queue like this for this long and no estimate in time, BS. But yeah, right, I'm gonna end the stream there, and this is my first experience. Oh, not a pleasant first experience, I'll tell you that. I've had a few hiccups here and there, but they were always, you know, like a lot of the Call of Duties, but, you know, like, they always gave really terrible first day experiences for a few hours. Oh, you know, just a few hours. I can definitely see this being kind of bad for the next month or so. We'll definitely get in and play a bit, but it'll definitely be choppy, frame rate will be low, like, it'll be sluggish. I know that. But I can live with that, just as long as we get in, knowing that it will get fixed, because 2020 was in the exact same position, and then 2020 got to a nice place where you could actually play it. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna end it there. You have a good night as well. I will try and launch it up later, and if it's somewhat decent, I'll probably just run the stream again. But yeah, definitely for those that jumped on the stream late here, when I finish this, just go back in and just watch the beginning. You'll kind of see how choppy it was and how it improved a little bit. You can kind of skip through. The game definitely got better. But if you want to see what 2024 looked like as well, like, definitely just have a look through it. But yeah, enjoy my dinner. Thanks very much. And hopefully I'll see you guys later. Hopefully the game works later. Cheers.